Because at the end of the day, the magistrate must answer the question, what does the law say? We don't have to be liked by magistrates. Many of them don't like us. We don't have to be liked by judges. Many of them don't like us. They have to stick to the law. It doesn't matter whether they are racist or not. They must stick to the law. They don't have to look at how well dressed you are, how well spoken you are. They must detect the facts out of the truth. It must not just be the truth, it must be a factual truth. They must always prove beyond any reasonable doubt that evidence presented before a criminal court, it is indeed beyond any reasonable doubt. So we should never panic and even be concerned who is the judge, who is the magistrate. We should always answer the question, did I violate any law? And if you have not violated any law, even if the magistrate sends you to jail for other reasons other than what you are accused for, you march into prison with a clear conscience that I am not sent into prison because I violated the law. I'm sent to prison because they can't defeat my political ideas, and therefore they manipulate the processes and power and the authority vested on them by our people to settle political scores. When you've got a conviction, at all material times, under every circumstances, you must always pursue your conviction. Do not look at who is on which side, neither do you succumb to political expediency, because those who succumb to political expediency have got no principle at all. So ours is a principle battle against the establishment which has stolen everything from us, including our own identity. So we are here today, not because we committed any crime, but because we hold a different political view. And they want to use the court and the power they have to persuade us to agree with them. They are not using the political space and argument to persuade us to agree with them. And that is an attempt to intimidate us. So you must never, under any circumstances, die being on your knees. As a fighter, as a revolutionary, it doesn't matter the circumstances you are confronted with. You must die with your boots on. Never surrender to the cowards. Never surrender to the state. Never surrender to the powerful. Never surrender to the establishment. Never surrender to the criminals. Whether you are asleep, whether you are awake, when they wake you up at night with a gun on your face, you must say to them, shoot and shoot now. Do not beg for mercy. That's why you come at night. That's why you are sneaking into my house. That's why you are putting a bullet on my head while I'm sleeping. It is because you are cowards. I will never beg cowards. I will never be scared of cowards. Do not be scared of cowards. And we will show the cowards on the 20th of March, when we shut down South Africa, when all the streets of South Africa will be closed down, when this is London will come to a standstill and demand that Ramaphosa must step down. And he must do so with immediate effect. Today, this court can't finish its business because there is no electricity. Now electricity is delaying justice. And justice delayed is justice denied. We are now being denied justice by ESCOM. And Ramaphosa doesn't have solution. Thousands of millions of our people, at the center of those people, the young people are unemployed. There is no solution. There is no water now at the city center of all the cities of South Africa. There is no solution. Today, the townships are messed up. The levels of crime are too high. There is no solution. GBV is the order of the day. There is no solution. Poverty levels have increased in South Africa. We are not sure of the next meal as we go to sleep because there is no solution. And therefore, we can't have a president who is just there to enjoy glory and not deliver to our own people. That must be stopped on the 20th of March, and our mother of all shutdown South Africa has never experienced since 1994. People say, why do you take 2 months to organize a shutdown? Organize your own. Why do you ask us a question? If you think you can organize a shutdown in 2 days, do it. We are not organizing a picnic. We are organizing a revolutionary action which must be accompanied by mobilization and conscientization of our people. And it cannot be done in 2 days. All of them have tried to organize a shutdown. All of them have tried to march to Union Building with no significant numbers. And now they want to tell us what to do, that which they can't do. We do not listen to our enemies telling us how we should fight them. We decide on our own how we fight our enemies. And we have decided that on the 20th of March, our enemies will never forget who we are when South Africa comes to a standstill. For the workers all over South Africa, for you it's a long weekend. Remember, 19 is Sunday, 20 is a shutdown, 21 is a holiday. Stay at home. Do not worry. When they say to you, why didn't you come to work on the 20th? Or mistake, when I was about to leave my house, I saw a tire passing. I realized I was in danger. I went back home. So the EFF has declared a long weekend, that weekend, because we have no government that has got capacity to solve our problems. So fighters, the ground belongs to the EFF. We must never be scared to go door to door, mobilizing our people. You must decide which street are you going to close. You must decide which shop are you going to close. You must decide which factory are you going to close. On the 20th of March, we are going to close. East London is going to come to a standstill. So I did not come to court. I came here to mobilize you for the 20th of March that East London must come to a standstill. This mobilization meeting was organized by the ANC and Afriforum. So they've got themselves to blame because they brought me here in East London. Comrades, nothing works. This court is rotten. It's like you are in a place where pigs are staying. The roof is falling. The recording machines are not working. The toilets are not working. The Department of Justice is rotten to the core. The workers who are working in this place, they are working in a horrible place. Imagine you go to school to come and work in a chicken run, a place like this with no maintenance. A government has abandoned its own building. If you want to know if this building belongs to government, you don't have to ask anyone. You look at the building and you realize through lack of maintenance that this is a government building. So these workers, all of them, including magistrates and prosecutors, on the 20th they must come to a march because they must say, we know what you are talking about. Things have fallen apart. Nothing is working in South Africa, and it needs all of us to become united and become one thing. And in your ground forces, we trust that on the 20th of March, from Musina to Cape Town, nothing will move because Ramaphosa, the Oppenheimers, and Rupert, and all those who control their puppet Ramaphosa must know that the EFF has taken over the streets of South Africa. Let's mobilize our people. Let's continue to fight. The Deputy President forgot to mention that we are back here again tomorrow. We've been here for the past 5 years. That's what they do every time they arrest me. They trial me for 5 years. They have no evidence, none whatsoever, against me. When they close their case, we'll apply for 174. When they reject our 174 and ask me to take a stand, both the magistrate and the prosecutor will quit their job after that trial. They all do. Because there is no capacity, none whatsoever here, with the lousy case that they have. If they make a mistake that Malema must get into the box, they must tell their relatives that they've just signed their pension forms because their career will be finished that day. So fighters were not shaken, were not intimidated. We are here because we respect the law. And those who are given a responsibility to preside over the court and oversee the law must respect the law too. They must also respect us too. If they don't, we're not scared of individuals. We don't care you are a magistrate. We don't care you are a judge. All we have, which we're all subject of, is the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. We do not worship magistrates. We do not worship judges. They are individuals too. They can make a mistake. They too are a subject of the Constitution. In whatever they do, it doesn't matter how much they are agitated. They must never be tempted to descend into the arena. Because once you descend into the arena, it means you are part of the players. We'll stop calling you a lordship. We'll call you by name. Susan, what's happening? You descend into the arena, you lose the respect. At all material times, justice must not only be done, it must be seen to be done. Especially for those who are accused of nonsensical things like the ones we are accused of. So when we ask for a magistrate to recuse herself, it's not because we're playing games. It is because at one point we felt like she descended into the arena. And on her own, she clarified that, no, I'm still a linesman. I am not inside the ground. Rarikoyena, stay there. Don't make a mistake of coming into the pitch. Continue being a linesman. So we were making her aware that there is some temptation which we have observed. Now we are back to square one. We are together. We don't have a problem with the prosecution. We never exchanged with those are the people who should be fighting with, not the magistrate. But the prosecution does its job diligently. Ask professional questions, from there sit down. A magistrate who now gets tempted to fight battles on behalf of the prosecution will find us ready, because you are no longer a magistrate. You are Susan because you are descending into the arena, and you shall be treated as such. You respect us, we'll respect you. We must not be told here by lawyers that we must not irritate presiding officers. We don't care about emotions of presiding officers. We care about what does the law say, not what are the feelings of a magistrate or a judge. We are not going to preside over issues through feelings. We preside over issues through the Constitution and the law of South Africa. That was our problem. That problem has been reassured by the magistrate today when she refused to recuse herself. And she said, because I'm refusing to recuse myself, you can take me on review to High Court. We said, we're not going there. We're together now. Let's proceed. Let's go, because we have nothing to hide and we're not scared of anything. The facts are on our side. They can dig the way they want. The facts will never change. And that's why, fighters, all of us must be confident that this issue will resolve it. Amandla! Amandla! Viva EFF, viva! Tata EFF, tata! Amandla! Thank you.